Hey guys, my name is Pedrotsky, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Sourcemod, Metamod, and set yourself as an admin on your server so that you can kick users, ban users, etc. This will also allow you to install any plugin that you find, such as like a 1v1 arena, deathmatch, zombie escape, etc. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to need is obviously a copy of Sourcemod itself. So if we click on plugins, stable builds, and then we click on what version of server we're running. So in my case, I'm running Linux, so just click on Linux, and then let that download. And then we also want to go to Metamod. I'll have links for these in the description too, so you can just quickly click on it and get it. So we go to Metamod, go to stable builds, and then just grab the latest build. So we're going to grab again the Linux version. So now that we have those downloaded, we can then log into our server. So for myself, I'm using Pterodactyl, so I'm just going to log in now using FTP or SFTP, whatever you're using. So I'm going to log in now, and you also need a tool such as FileZilla. So FileZilla will allow you to connect to the server. So yeah, I've actually got guides for Pterodactyl. If you're not using it, I'll leave a link in the description. So with Pterodactyl, it's pretty simple. So you just put in your FTP address, IP address under host, and put in the username, and then whatever password you set. So that's connecting. So yeah, so now we can see we have our directory here. So all the files in our server. Now, if you have a default CSGO install, basically you're just going to go into the CSGO folder. Now, the CSGO folder, this is basically your root directory. So anything you're going to do is going to be done in here. So you'll know here if you see a folder called CFG and maps. So this is just like, this is your base directory. Any guide or whatever, it's going to be referring to this as like your root or CSGO like main directory. So now we've got that, we can get our Metamod and Sourcemod files ready. So we can actually extract these just one by one, but how I prefer to do it, I'd prefer just to get them both and then just extract to source, and it'll actually extract them both. And as you can see, it's created a file called add-ons and CFG. So all we have to do, this has got both Metamod and Sourcemod if you extracted them both. If you extract them one by one, you'll see like one will just say add-ons, and well, both say add-ons, and then one of them have an extra folder called CFG. But it's pretty simple. All we need to do is just copy it, and we just drag it straight into this folder. And then as you can see, it's going to start transferring to the server. That's probably going to take about, depending on your internet connection, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, because there are a lot of files. And then once that's done, we'll go back to the server, and then I'll show you how you can add an admin to the server and make sure that Sourcemod and Metamod are running. Okay, so now that it's done, all you need to do is just restart your game server, and then to test it, we're just going to type in SM, which is just Sourcemod, and then as you can see here, it says Sourcemod menu. So basically, this means it's running. If it says anything else like unknown command or something, you haven't copied the files to the server correctly. So go back and make sure that you have an add-ons directory in your root file. So like again, oops. Well, it's not here, so let's go back to file manager here. So CSGO add-ons, you should have add-ons there, and it should have Metamod and Sourcemod in there. Just if you've got the add-ons and the Metamod Sourcemod file there, just copy everything over again. Like, that's all you really have to do. Restart the server and it should work. Now, next thing, we need to add an admin to the server. So to do this, we're actually going to need our Steam ID. So if you go to steamid.io and then you put in the URL of your profile, or in my case, I could just type my name and then press lookup, and then it's going to give us a Steam ID. So this is this top thing here. So Steam ID. So we're going to copy that for now. And then we're going to go back to our server. We're going to go to the file manager, then CSGO, add-ons, Sourcemod, configs, and then we're going to go to, I think it's like admin simple. Yeah, admins simple. And then we scroll right down to the bottom, see anything with a slash here, it's pretty much going to ignore. So we need to create a new line. And then we need to put in our Steam ID. So I put my Steam ID there. And then I want to just give it full permissions. So as you can see here, it says all permissions for this IP, or if you're using an IP, but in our case we're using a Steam ID, so we're just going to give it 99Z, which is basically what you'd call a root admin. Now, if you need more advanced admin control, basically you'll use something like source bands, and that way you can set up different flags and etc. But this is just a basic way you can just be an admin for your own server. So if it's just a small server for you and your friends, this is fine. You could just add yourself and maybe like a few other friends in here, and just you can change a flag, etc. But that's getting a bit more advanced. This is just basic. You can come back and edit this later, do whatever you need to do. So yeah, we just click on save content, or save and make sure it's uploaded on your server, and then we'll restart it again. And while that's doing that, I'm going to load up CSGO and we're going to connect to my server. So let's go to CSGO. And then let's wait 5 years for this to start up and we'll get into the server. Okay, so now we're inside CSGO. We can just connect to our server. So you can do this by pressing the tilde key next to your 1 button. Type connect and then your IP address. And press enter. Alright, so now we're in the server. You can actually just bring down the console again and type in sm_admin. And then as you see, it's brought up an admin menu on the left hand side here. So there's like player commands, so we can slay a player, like I can slay a bot for example. So as you see, the bots are dying at the moment. You can kick a player, ban a player, mute or gag, so that basically stops them from using voice chat and text chat. Burn a player, use a beacon. Lots of different things you can do. But yeah, that's going to allow you to kick players. And if you see this menu, then Sourcemod is working, and then you can install plugins on the server. So I'll just quickly run through how you can install plugins as well. It's pretty simple. So when you download a plugin, I'll leave a link to the Allied Mods website. That's where you can get a lot of good plugins. Basically, you just go to your CSGO folder, add-ons, Sourcemod, plugins, and then this is the plugins that you can put on your server. So you just drag them into here, and it should be a .smx file. But I'll do some videos about how to set up specific servers later, but this is the base, just following on from my previous videos on how to set up a 128 tick server. This is just adding on to that, and then eventually I'll do some other videos, how to set up a pug server or how to set up a deathmatch server, etc. So I hope that answers your questions, guys. If you've got any comments or questions, you get stuck, leave a comment below or come and join me on Discord. It's just at ghostcap.com. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one.